Hey there, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about Slant 6 cylinder heads. Let's get to it. The Mopar Slant 6 came out in, I believe, 1959. Originally, they had a 170, then they moved up to a 198, and finally a 225. The 225 was available, I believe, in trucks all the way up to maybe even the year 2000. They were around for a long time. It's a really solid motor. It's really hard to kill. Generally speaking, there were 3 different types of heads used throughout the life of this motor. The first one, which is an early one, was designed for the smaller displacement motors. The earliest heads are the least desirable. They're designed for the low displacement motors, and they actually have some problems in the cylinder area up in here that they actually don't burn completely, and that's why they're not terribly desirable. It's easy to tell one because they've got 2 things that you look for. First, it'll be open here, and they've got spark plug tubes. We'll take a look at those in a minute. But the second thing that you want to look for is it'll actually have kind of a half circle in the casting right here, opposite the spark plug. So it would be right here in this combustion chamber. These don't have it, so these are kind of the mid-year ones. All of the early and mid-year heads, this is a mid-year, they have these tubes that the spark plugs go down in. I'll pull one of these plugs out in a minute, but they are a larger hex, so what I think 11/16 versus a 5/8, but at any rate it has this stamped steel tube that actually comes out, and you can see the tubes here. In fact, you can take the lifters out of these without removing the head. The later style, they started using these in 1975. The spark plug wells are cast as part of the head. So it's full cast all the way down to the threads. These ones also are fully closed here, except for push rod holes. Whereas this one, you can see it's a giant opening here. The post-1975 also started adding EGR. So we've got this EGR air tube here. Whereas this one, it's just this flat boss. So this is the smog head. This is a non-smog head. These two, as far as performance, are really similar. I think you can get the same flow out of either one. Personal preference for me, I like this one. It doesn't have the smog stuff, but I do believe that the combustion chambers between the two are the same. Here's a look at the spark plugs. The later 1975 and after take this smaller, I guess, peanut plug. The seal is this beveled part of the plug. The earlier ones, you've got this cup that goes down into the head. It's actually got a sealing gasket around it here. And these, I believe, are aluminum. And the plug is much bigger, so this takes a 13/16, whereas the old smaller ones take a 5/8. And you can see that it's got this crush washer. The threads are also markedly different in length. So they're not interchangeable. You got to make sure you have the right plug for the right head. But there you go, that's all there is to it. Just a quick overview of the different types of heads for a Slant 6. Thanks for watching.